Guys, Christian the Havercard Man coming back at you with another D-Time video today, and this time around we are discussing Dragun of Red Eyes, the biggest and most hyped card upcoming in the 2020 Megatins. Now, there's so much about this card that needs to be discussed and needs to go over, and this card is ridiculous. If we're breaking it down, yeah. Alright, so I guess might as well just start off where we would just with any other card. So we're looking at a fusion monster here, a level 8 fusion that is a dark attribute spellcaster effect monster, whose materials are simply Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon or one dragon effect monster. With 3,000 attack and 2,500 defense, so it fits into the Blue Eyes stat line, which is fine. The bad part about this card, let's go ahead and read its effect. Neither player can target or destroy this card with card effects. That's the first line of text, so you know that we're off to a great start with this card. Next up, during your main phase, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. What? You can use this effect a number of times per turn up to the number of normal monsters used as fusion material for this card's summon. So you say the materials are Dark Magician plus one Red Eyes Black Dragon or one Dragon Effect monster. Well, the first two materials you listed are both normals. So that means up to twice during my main phase, I can pop my opponent's monsters and make them take damage equal to that monster's attack points? What? Okay, well, you know, I guess this is okay. I mean, it's just a 3k body that can pop a couple of cards and cannot be destroyed or targeted by card effects. Okay, fine, whatever. Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated as a quick effect, you can discard one card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. And if you do that, this card gains 1,000 attack. What the Konami? What is this? What went through your head that made you think this was a balanced card? So, the only real contention with this card being balanced is the fact that we're in an Adamancor Painter Eldritch format, which doesn't care about a single Omni Negate. The thing is, though, is if you slap this into any other board, you suddenly have a powerful card. A really, really overpowered card, because it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So pretty much some of your only ways to out it then are now a Kaiju, a Super Poly. Actually, you can't even do Super Poly because you can't target this. A Dark Ruler no more to negate its effects, and an Evenly Matched. Or if you can somehow Solemn Judgment or Solemn Strike its summon, then yeah. But that's basically the only way to get rid of this guy. Otherwise, you have an Omni Negate that only gets bigger every time it negates something. Oh boy. Oh boy. And not only that, it discards a card as cost to act or to negate something. Think about how many decks want this card. Especially going first, all you have to do is go into a Predaplant Verte Anaconda with two effect monsters. You just need two effect monsters to link into a Predaplant Verte Anaconda. You know how easy that is? Which you can then use to send to the graveyard from your deck after paying 2,000 life points and Red Eyes Fusion, which says fusion summon one fusion monster that lists a Red Eyes monster as material from your extra deck using monsters from your hand, deck, or field as fusion materials. And if you do, its name becomes Red Eyes Black Dragon. Now, it does say in here you cannot normally special summon other monsters the turn you activate this card, but Predaplant Verte Anaconda bypasses that because it only copies the effect and not the cost or restrictions. Now, Predaplant Verte Anaconda does say that you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, which is fine. Because now you have a Predaplant Verte Anaconda and a Red Eyes, or a Dragun of Red Eyes on your field, whose name is Red Eyes Black Dragon, which has plenty of support. So, obviously Red Eyes decks rejoice. You now have a really good boss monster that everyone's going to hate you for. What makes this even worse is, originally I thought the price for the Red Eyes Fusion was a lot higher. I thought it was around the $40 price range, like Ancient Gear Fusion. But no, Red Eyes Fusion has a common printing that's only $3. I just ordered 2 copies myself, and I already feel like a degenerate even though I don't have a Dragun of Red Eyes in my possession yet. All it takes is 3 main deck slots, and 1 or 2 extra deck slots, and you can just have an Omni Negate that gets bigger every time, that can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So even, actually technically evenly matched can't even out this guy, because the opponent can just choose to keep their Dragun of Red Eyes. So this means you can't use things. You can't use Lightning Storm to destroy this, you can't use Mind Control to steal it, which by a further extent means you can't use Electric Virus to steal it because it can't be targeted. So, I mean, if you could Dark Ruler and then Mind Control or Electric Virus, or just find a way to take out your Dragoon then, because then the Dragoon can't be targeted by effects, so then you could use a Super Poly, but that is so much setup, because now you're talking about opening a Super Polymerization and a Dark Ruler no more. You have another card to discard, which is easy enough for an opening hand. You're just going to have to hope it's not a key combo piece that you actually need. And then you also have to have another dark monster to go into either Starving Venom or Mud Dragon in the Swamp. Or, well, I guess if your opponent still has a Prime Play Verte and a Con on the field, then you just need a Super Poly, a card to discard, and a Dark Ruler no more, which is fine. And, yeah, I just don't see how any point in time where this could be considered a fair card. Like, maybe if it started off at a lower attack base, I could see it being more legit. Like, if it started at, like, even just 2,500. If it started at 2,500 attack points, it would only go up to 3,500. There's at least still ways to stop that. I mean, at that point, Eldritch can just crash into it with the Golden Boy after it turns into a 3,500 beater. It can crash into it and take it out that way. Once again, there's a few select ways of removing. I mean, thankfully, this is coming out in a format where Dark Ruler No More is being main decked by, like, everyone because Adamancipator exists. But could you imagine this card being in Adamancipator? Like, you just go off your normal Adamancipator combos. At the end of it, you just throw out a Prime Play Verte and go to Dragun of Red Eyes. Like, how ridiculous is this? Or Eldritch can do this, too. Konami, please make better card decisions. Oh, I mean, thankfully we're not in a slower paced format where this would be considered, like, overpowered, because if you just get this out, you basically won the game. We're at a point in time where you can still kind of bounce back from this, or at least have a chance to do so. Because once again, you can still kaiju it away, you could, I mean, it's still, no matter how you look at it, it's a stressful card. If you just reading the effect, just reading the card is giving me a headache. I'm sorry if this doesn't really seem like much of a card discussion, because I'm just going off about how annoying this card is, just because of how ridiculous it is. Like, when you just take into consideration, all it would take for your opponent to be able to stop you from outing this card is having a set Solemn Judgment, because most of the cards, like, that can't be responded to usually can't be responded to just by monsters, like Dark Ruler No More. Pretty much the main way to out this guy is through Dark Ruler, and that can't be responded to by monster effects, but can be responded to by spell traps. So all I need at that point is just have a set Solemn Judgment. Just think about how crazy this card is, guys. I thought talking about Apollosa and Lightning Storm was bad. Oh boy, if there was ever a chase card, this is going to be it. I feel like it's not even going to be a short print out of the 2020 Megatins, so definitely expect to see this guy everywhere when the Megatins come out. I'm not excited for him to be a thing. Of course, I'm still going to buy like 5 Megatins myself and hope to draw one, but once again, I still feel like a degenerate piece of for using this. Like, yikes. That's the best you're getting out of me, is a yikes. This card is ridiculous and broken, and Konami, why? Why? You could do so much better. And yet, you make this. Well, that's all I got for you today, guys, for this card discussion, because really, there's not much to talk about other than Dragun of Red Eyes is broken. Obviously, if you're going first, it becomes easy enough to out it, because then you could just Warlord Savage the Predator Verte's effect, or Solemn Judgment the Dragoon, or, you know, whatever. But still, this, and going second, obviously there's the Kaiju or Dark Ruler No More, so you can at least stop it from negating, but there's not much hope left for this format, guys. This is just getting ridiculous and out of hand. So thank you all for joining me today for this card discussion. I hope you found this useful. Be sure to let me know what you think about this card down in the comments. Obviously, a lot of people are going to tell me that this card is not that broken, and while I do kind of have to agree, at the same time I also have to disagree. Just if it had one less clause on here, all 3 effects combined make this card just broken. I know Red Eyes needed this kind of support, but the game didn't need this kind of support because it's so easy to bring this guy out. So I wish you guys the best of luck in playing against Dragun of Red Eyes in the upcoming format whenever this gets released in the TCG. And thank you guys so much for your continued support to the Coalition of Scrubs. If you haven't yet, be sure to like and subscribe, and also check out all the links in the description to all the other creators. They're all making some awesome Yu-Gi-Oh content for you guys, so be sure to go check them all out and give them all some love. They definitely deserve it. So thank you again so much for joining us today, and I hope to see you guys all next time. Remember to have fun and make your move. Peace out.